The cart will take us to the Grinning Horker in Eastmarch. Hop aboard and we can get along. I don't want to give the Coven any more of a lead than they already have. Answers, I hope. That's what Yorn the Skald-King sent me to find, after all. The witches of the Icereach Coven are definitely up to something, luring unsuspecting folk with promises of wealth. We saw what happened at those ritual sites. Tempted to a desolate area in Eastmarch, most likely to be subjected to more of those strange rituals. If that doesn't scream danger, I don't know what does. Will you accompany me, my friend? I'd appreciate your help in this matter. If you're ready to travel to the Grinning Horker, climb aboard the cart. We'll be in Eastmarch before you know it. Good idea, but so far the pieces don't tell a complete story. We found evidence of the Coven luring people with promises of gold so they could experiment on them. Ritual items, vampires, and strange blood fiends. What does it all mean? I've seen similar totems, but nothing exactly like that witch pike. It disturbed me just to look at it. It appears to be a key component to their ritual, though the Skald-King's mages will determine that for certain. The Icereach Coven consists of witches and warriors of the Reach loyal to their cause. I never saw a connection to vampires before. Maybe the bloodsuckers are hired help? Come on. Hopefully we'll learn more when we get to the Grinning Horker. You saw what I saw. Those feral creatures were near some of the ritual sites, and each site appeared to be a slightly different version of the ritual. Like they're trying to perfect it. We need to walk from here. Follow the path up the mountain. The place looks empty. Let's talk. Nothing waiting to impede our progress? No guards? No witches? Nothing. Just a lonely inn on a desolate hillside. If Ironbelly's flyer led us astray, we're gonna head back and kill him again. I expected answers. Ironbelly sent people here for a reason. They have to be someplace. If we don't pick up the Coven's trail, I'm not sure we'll find them again in time to stop whatever the witches have planned. Let's take a look around. Anything that points to what the witches are up to. We need to determine the full extent of the threat. Let's explore the inn and look for any clues as to what happened to the people they lured here. With luck, that may lead us to the Coven. Bedrolls. For those who came for the lucrative opportunity. I wonder where they are now. I've never known a Nord to abandon a meal while there's still food on the plate. Fresh blood. It leads to that hatch. Great. The trail leads into the basement. Empty. That's not right. There must be a secret passage. See if you can find it. Nothing important. I knew there had to be a secret passage. Let's see where this goes. How far down does this tunnel lead?
Stay away! I won't go back! I won't!
We're not going to hurt you.
You aren't one of the Reach Witches?
I'll take a look.
You have to help me. We were in the hawker, waiting for them to tell us how we were going to make a pile of gold, when they ordered us to go to the basement. One of us refused. They cut him. There was so much blood. When we saw the Reach Witches, a few of us tried to fight. I slipped away before anyone noticed. They're doing something terrible down here. Something monstrous. Please, you must help the others. And you need to destroy the pikes. They're evil.
Look at it, my friend. I thought it was just an old legend, but it's real. Blackreach. The world below Skyrim. Every Nord child hears the stories. How another world stretches beneath the Nine Holds. Each story is slightly different. Some talk about dwarven cities, others about terrible monsters or fabulous treasure. What else could it be? Whatever it is, it's a perfect hiding place for the Icereach Coven. We need to get down there and find the witches. We must put a stop to whatever evil the Coven is planning. The poor man is frightened out of his mind. I'll escort him back through the tunnel to the Grinning Horker. Meanwhile, get down there and see what you can find out. If you see any witch pikes, destroy them. I'll catch up with you shortly.
All of you, follow me. We'll sneak out once the coast is clear.
Hold, friend. You need to hear what I have to say. Thank the 8 you came along. We were next in line for the witch's ritual. Please, I need to tell you what I saw. I saw the witches put some poor sods into a circle, surrounded by evil-looking pikes. They chanted and called forth a strange black storm. It killed some, but turned most of the people into those harrow fiends. That's what Sister Balra called them. There's a dwarven ruin west of here. Sister Balra has been using that as her personal domain. If she's around, that's where you'll find her. Damn it. I should have known. That flyer was too good to be true. I needed work. A lucrative opportunity was too good to pass up. It seemed strange when they marched us into the basement. We tried to fight, but there were too many of them. Kralt got away, though, I think. I just hope he made it to safety.
For Skyrim! I got back as quick as I could. Other than a few skirmishes, I didn't uncover anything important. What about you? Tell me you found something. 2 things I wholeheartedly approve of. I carved a path through a number of witches and vampires myself. Sure's bones there are a lot of these bastards. Anything else to report? This is it. This must be what the Skald-King is worried about. A ritual that produces harrow storms. Magic that turns people into a new kind of blood fiend. A harrow fiend. I wish I knew whose head I had to remove to stop this. Sister Balra? The same witch that killed the merchant back in Riften. I'd definitely like to get my hands on that one. Let's go. Windhelm sentry. Down here? Hey! Are you alright? That wound's bad. He doesn't have a lot of time. Quick, talk to him and find out what happened here while I keep watch.
That lying, manipulative witch, she stabbed me. The Reach Witch, Sister Balra. We had a deal, but she got me. Listen. Forget about me. I made a terrible mistake. I told her how to sneak into the Palace of Kings. Now I think the Skald-King is in danger. Balra said she had something planned for High King Yoren. Said I was a loose end. Please, I think she means to kill the Skald-King. You must save him. I never meant to endanger Skyrim.
Idiot! Sells out the Skald-King for a handful of gold. Assassinating the Skald-King would be a terrible blow to Skyrim and the Pact, but I assumed the Icereach Coven had a grander plan than that. Nevertheless, we have to save Yoren. A deathbed confession? That tells me the sentry believed he put the Skald-King in danger. I can't take a chance when it comes to Yoren's safety. Back to the wagon. We leave for Windhelm at once. The Palace of Kings. Hurry! We must warn Yoren. Housecarl, the Skald-King.
Fresh from the warm southern lands. You smell
I
of
can't
salt
divulge such
and
information.
sunshine.
Even the great Lyris Titanborn must know that. It's a matter of royal security.
Royal security? Listen, you little fool. You talk to her.
Who does Titanborn think she is? Demanding to see the Skald-King. Whatever you and the half-giant think you found is irrelevant. The Skald-King is safe inside the Palace of Kings. It's the most secure structure in all of Skyrim. Well, it's true that Sentry Darfel never arrived for his shift today. And High King Yoren is touring the palace, but that's supposed to be a secret. The Icereach Coven, you say? How highly irregular. But if this is true... King Yoren wanted to tour the lower levels, to check on the progress of the construction. He could be anywhere. Go inside and find him at once. I'll rally the guards and secure the palace. Now hurry!
Into the palace. Let's move! Damn, they're already inside. We must find the Skald-King. Why would the Coven and its allies need that? Map details the distribution of troops throughout Skyrim. Look, they tore off the western holds. key to the dungeons. Bjorn wasn't up here, so let's search down there. Leave the Skald-King alone, witch!
Yoren is ours. He will make a fine addition to our patron's forces.
Turn me into a monster. I've had enough of this dungeon. Let's talk in the throne room.
That's my report, Skald-King. I have a feeling we're not done with the Icereach Coven just yet. But at least the Skald-King is safe. Go on. He wants to talk to you.
held captive in my own dungeon. If word gets out, I would be laughed off my rebuilt throne, and rightly so. On to business. I heard Lyris' report. Now tell me, what did you uncover? Yes, so Lyris mentioned Harrow Fiend, she called them. An ominous name. And that Sister Balra claimed she was turning me into a monster? What else did you learn about the Icereach Coven? Vampires. I have known both decent and terrible folk burdened by that curse. I take it the ones working with the Coven fall into the latter category. Anything else? Hafengar? High King Svargrim rules that hold from the City of Solitude. We don't see eye to eye, especially since neither of us will openly acknowledge the other's reign. Still, he should be warned. Talk to Lyris, I have much to think about.
Svargrim and the people of Western Skyrim can be real pains in the arse, but they're still Nords. Despite the differences between their holds and ours, we won't abandon them to the Coven's conspiracy. Not so fast, friend. Western Skyrim doesn't exactly get along with Eastern Skyrim. Politics can be a tricky business, so I tend to leave that to the politicians. When King Yoren gives the word, then we go. Not before. Now we celebrate our victory, and let Yoren's scouts do what they do best. Meanwhile, I'll work with the Skald-King to figure out how to approach Svargrim with this news. In the meantime, take this. You earned it. I'll be in touch soon. This isn't over, not from what we learned of the Icereach Coven. For now, though, we rest, and let the Skald-King make plans. There'll be plenty of time to kill more Reach Witches another day. There hasn't been a single ruler in over 100 years. Jarl Svarter of Solitude refused to recognize Freydis as the legitimate heir. Ever since, the kingdom has been divided. Damn inconvenient at times like this. Yoren rules over Eastern Skyrim from Windhelm, while Svargrim lords over the Western holds from his palace in Solitude. If the Icereach Coven has targeted Western Skyrim, it will take both nations to stop them. If we can ever agree on anything. Train. Eat. Drink. Probably drink some more. But don't worry. I'll be ready when the Skald-King gives the word. Then we'll move against the Icereach Coven. You have my word on that.